live in 3, 2, 1.
Now on the stage we have Ryan Ford with the true ending for Donkey Kong Country 2. Take it away, Ryan.
Yo. Yeah, welcome back everybody. For the introduction, I'm Ryan Ford. I'll be running Donkey Kong Country 2 True Ending, which it's kind of a weird category, but I'll talk about it more once we get the run started. So, I'll count down from 3 to get the timer started. So 3, 2, 1. All right. True ending. So this category allows the use of a Creme Coin cheat, which is normal in-game cheat. So I'm gonna be doing some weird series of movements at the start. So I need to. It's weird. I have to like grab this banana bunch and go back into the door to the left. I also have to avoid those 2 bananas specifically, otherwise I have to reset to redo the cheat. So I can never grab these bananas during this whole time. And then I'm gonna go back and grab this banana bunch, and then go back in the back in the door, and the coins should appear. So it gives 75 Creme Coins, which is the amount of the max amount of Creme Coins you would get from doing all the bonuses and beating all the bosses. So with this, we're able to do the Lost World levels, which are 5 pretty difficult levels. There's one from Worlds 2 through World 6. There's one Lost World level that you pay 15 Creme Coins for each one. More on that later. I'm gonna be doing a wrong warp here called gonna get an invisible object. Never mind, I lied. So I tried something called a Beetle Clash. So you throw, you interrupt throwing a beetle by having another beetle clash into you. With Diddy, it's a 6-frame window, and you have to be facing backwards to do it. With Dixie, the window's a lot larger, and you have to be facing forward most of the time when you do it. But yeah, unfortunately, I failed it. I think it saves about 4 seconds in that level. But I might have to see it in another marathon since I missed it. Alright, so there's another trick called Lockjaw that I'm gonna go for, which I also failed. This is a swimming start. So that warp barrel that I got, you can just jump into it. You can roll off the ledge and then jump and get into it. But unfortunately, I touched the wall while rolling, and you can't move forward if you end up touching a wall in the middle of your roll while you're falling. So again, another wrong warp attempt, which I also failed. All right, well, I failed all the wrong warps in World 1 so far. So I was gonna try another Beetle Clash. That one's actually really difficult. Like, usually only really like high level runners will go for that one. It also saves 4 seconds, but it can sometimes be a reset point if you start failing it a lot some days. So here's a instance of RNG. Crow 1. He knocks eggs out of the nest on the 3rd and 4th cycle, and you can either get a fake or a real one. It's a 50% chance to get a real or a fake per egg that comes out. So this is the final cycle. Gotten 5 fakes to the cycle. But I got 0 fakes on the 3rd cycle. Yo, Coffee Black. One of the homies came through. A local buddy. Yeah, so too. I'm gonna yet again try another wrong warp with this trick called clobber busting. So I moved in a certain way to try and have the chest, after jumping on the clobber, have the chest land on him, and then both break at the same time, and you kind of grab nothing. So here's the first Lost World level, Jungle Jinx. So yeah, these are all like hard extra levels that are not really mandatory to beat the game normally, but for true ending, we need to beat all 5 of the Lost World levels to get the what's the second K rule fight. So actually in this category, the reason why it's shorter than any percent is that you only fight K Rule 2 and not K Rule 1. And K Rule 1 fight is like nearly 3.5 minutes. So it's an extremely long fight to go through. So despite doing that Creme Coin cheat at the start of World 1, which wastes like about half a minute to set up, and save time by not having to do most of World 6. So here's a scrolly scroll. So I shot out of the barrel and landed on the tire before hitting the ground, and for whatever reason that makes the camera glitch out and scrolls really fast to the right. If you take damage, it'll stop scrolling. Or yeah, getting to the end of the level like I did there. So there I did a trick called the Big Boy, or Team Throw Super Jump. So when you throw your partner into an enemy, then when they're coming back to you, if you jump, let go of the jump button, then repress and hold it. Repress and hold the jump button, then you'll get a second jump in there. So the cue for that I usually use is right as the cannon that I threw Dixie at. She as he makes a sound, then I jump off the hook and then press B twice quickly, basically. And so there I ended the level with Dixie because her fanfare is shorter than Diddy. Like her guitar solo is faster than Diddy's rap by about 3 seconds. So whenever we're forced to do a fanfare, then we always want to be Dixie. So after every boss fight, pretty much, aside from the final boss, yeah, I think that's the only forced fanfare actually, that previous level in this category. There would be more for doing a category like 102%, because some of the DK coins are on the goal of some of the levels. So yeah, normal warping. So yeah, World 1 and World 2 both have every level has a warp. So since we don't need to do any of the bonuses or anything, then we just take the warps in take the warps or wrong warp in every level in World 1 and World 2. And then World 3 and onwards will be warpless unless if there's a wrong warp, basically. Which they all have like varying tricks. So yeah, doing this trick called Lava Fly versus Cleaver. The save's about 4 seconds, because normally you would have to wait for Cleaver to come and attack you, and then that makes these hooks come down on this cycle. And the cannonball was all the way on the right side of the level. So by flying across, you skip having to like bait him into attacking, then crossing with all the hooks, and then going to the right side. So you skip one cycle. And then yeah, try to pick up the cannonball right as Cleaver is right above me, so I was moving in a specific way for each of those final hits. Alright, so here's World 3. Yeah, Barrel Bayou. This level's not really difficult, but it does come with a I guess this is the second animal buddy of this route, Ramby. So a lot of community members, either they love Ramby or they hate Ramby, but I'm on Team Heck Ramby, which is a global emote, so you can use it. So yeah, those barrel shots were a little sloppy, because I guess Ramby's body was big enough that it caught the closer barrel. It was a bit surprising. So I'm team throwing into this barrel to get a super jump state. So next time I take damage and gain control of Dixie, then she's gonna fly up really high. So with this, I'm gonna do what's called Swamp Fly and get across that swamp without having to go through that slow-moving barrel that was on the bottom. Because that section's kind of an auto-scroller, like having to constantly shoot yourself out of the barrel while slowly going across the swamp. So you can get just enough height with that super jump and Dixie's hover to cross. So next up's Glimmers Galleon. Not really anything special here. It's just This level can be hard to optimize because if you hit like walls and corners, then you lose like all your speed. So aside from that, there's nothing special. So if there's like any donations or if you want to plug anything, then go ahead.
Absolutely. We do not have any new donations at this point, but I will continue to keep pushing the bid wars that we have going on. Of course, we have the Malady one where you can increase the difficulty. We are at $60 and we need $150 to get that one completed. And we also have the Pokemon Red blindfold choice, and we just opened up 2 new ones for Control, which is later on today, both the character outfit and game language. So we'd like to get those bid wars completed, so please donate. You can put !donate in chat or go to donate.midwestspeedfest.com.
All right, keep them coming, everybody. Yeah, so pretty much at the end of this level, ooh, that's gonna cause a lot of lag. Yeah, so the bottom pufferfish, I didn't want it to explode, but I actually got a little too close to it. So because you have 2 Kongs there, it causes a lot of lag. And the normal strat for that level also, you usually you would do most of the level with only Dixie, because to prevent lag. Oh, I almost died. Actually, not really. That wasn't even close. Even though I'm breathing heavy now after that. Alright, so this level does have a wrong word that saves about 25 seconds. So this is kind of a newer one. So for whatever reason when... Oh my god. Well, gonna take a death. So I overshot the throw by a pixel. Yeah, so for whatever reason when the Cutlass is raising his sword, so you can damage Dixie on purpose, and then go into the barrel and shoot yourself out. And yeah, if you're holding Y and right or Y and left, then it will wrong warp you out of the level. I have no idea why, but it has something to do with the Cutlass raising his swords up, changing ID values, which coincidentally causes the wrong warp to happen if you damage Dixie. Yeah, so here's Rattle Battle. For community members, like a lot of them either like love this level or hate this level. So, I'm kind of impartial personally. Like I'm fine like executing the level for the most part, but I don't particularly like love it or anything. Yeah, so Rattly moves really slow when he's not jumping, so you want to be jumping as much as possible to go faster in this level. So sometimes I'm doing max height bounces off of enemies by holding B longer, and sometimes I'm not, because that might cause you to hit enemies or fall into a pit, so kind of have it routed out. There I did, it's called a true double jump. It's like a 3-frame window, some point before you land on the ground, like after the peak height of your jump. There's a 3-frame window. If you hold A and B together and then land on the ground, Rattly will jump and have like a glitchy jump state as well, and you can jump out of that glitchy jump too. So I went really high like off the screen to go over the enemies there. Even though that's not really the standard strat, but I find it easier than the hard strat, and it barely loses time. So here's Black Ice Battle. This level is really tough in this world because you can't see what's below you. Or it's tough at first, anyway. I was probably going to take damage there, so I played it safe because I touched the wall and lost my speed. I'm rolling off. Alright, not bad, not bad. Yeah, so this next level, there's a chance I could lose a lot of time. I'm gonna be doing another, trying to do another wrong warp for Slime Climb. Yeah, it's weird. In practice, I'll like almost never fail it, and then in runs it just like will not work for seemingly no reason, like a few times in a row or something. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a Dixie Beetle Clash here. And then I'm gonna be using this bonus barrel. So I have to throw to the left specifically, and then throw the invisible object, which corrupts the properties of the bonus barrel, and it ejects you out of the level. If you throw it to the right, it'll just like launch you up really high without even activating the bonus. But Yeah, so for pretty much all invisible objects, you have to throw it to the left particularly, otherwise it almost always messes up the properties. And in that level, I forgot to mention that I skipped loading the water trigger by doing that super jump when I swapped in the water and took damage. So that way I didn't have to... So that way there was no water blocking the bonus, because normally you're supposed to take an invincibility barrel and swim all the way down to that bonus after the water rises. So this level, I'm going to be trying a trick called Vine Clip. Oh, I was way too early. Alright, failed it, so here's the backup strat. So a team throw here to skip what we call the Maze of Shame, which was over to the left. So yeah, I think this probably lost me about 12 seconds. But could be worse. Alright, so next up is Cudgel. This is kind of a snoozer of a boss fight, so... yeah, again, if there's any plugs, you know.
Absolutely. We have a $25 donation from Anonymous who says, let's get that malady incentive. I definitely agree. And we are up to 85 out of 150. We're more than halfway there. Let's keep pushing, guys.
Alright, thank you very much for the donation. And yeah, keep them coming, everybody. So yeah, this fight is normally like about a minute and a half long, and it's kind of not much to talk about. I mean, there is a slightly faster strat you can do to hit him. So if you pick up the barrel and like wait as he drops, you can like kind of walk behind him, and then when Dixie throws, she kind of like, because she whips her hair back before throwing the barrel, then you can use that hitbox to hit from up closer. It's very easy to mess it up though, and then if you do, you have to do like whatever cycle you're on, you have to do it again, basically. So it loses a lot of time, and it saves about 20 frames on average per cycle. So you can lose like, I don't know, upwards of like 12 seconds if you mess it up. Which it would collectively probably save about 2 seconds throughout the whole fight. Alright, so World 4. Oh, I guess something I didn't mention was the reason why most like horizontal levels have been using Diddy is because Diddy's run speed is actually faster than Dixie's. But when they're rolling, they both go at the same speed. But when they're actually like running or in the air, then Diddy's faster than Dixie. This level though, because there's the honey on the ground that stops her movement, then Dixie being able to hover over it does give her kind of an advantage. If you do this level like really optimally with Diddy, then or up to Squitter here, then it is like 0.3 seconds faster, I think, to do it with Diddy. But it's also a lot harder. So here's another scrolly scroll. It's able to make the camera freak out by mounting onto Squitter while hanging on the hook, and then again it makes the screen scroll really fast to the right. There's like a decent risk of soft locking, like on this scrolly scroll particularly, but you have to mess up pretty badly for it to soft lock you. And then yeah, again I disabled the scrolly scroll by taking damage when it got to the end of the screen. Alright, next up's Target Terror. So in this category, this is one of 3 auto-scrollers, which I think this one's kind of the least interesting one out of the 3 auto-scrollers though. And it's only one of 2 levels in the entire game that has like this music and like the, you know, like the carnival theme. So 2 things, yeah, I guess like there's 2 things to speed this level up a little bit. So if you jump off of these carts a little bit earlier, then you can land on another cart sooner, which means less time jumping through the air. So it saves a little bit of time, like frames pretty much. And you can jump over this flitter here to not bounce off of him to save half a second. And then near the end of the level, there's going to be a part where you're supposed to bounce off of 2 flitters, but I'm going to try to skip over the second one, because again, it saves another half second. So those are like the small optimizations. I didn't need to grab that DK coin, but just showing it off, I guess. So yeah, the second flitter skip, God damn it. Yeah, I was gonna say that there's a chance that I could take damage, but I guess I fulfilled the prophecy without even without even saying it. So yeah, I jumped a bit late pretty much, so I got hit. But there's a hidden DK barrel there, so I got Diddy back. And I do want to start this level with Diddy, particularly. Oh, what the? So Bramble Scramble, this level can be a run killer, especially at like mid-level. So taking damage here, and I want to do a Beetle Clash with the slope of that Bramble. And for whatever reason, you can get an invisible object off of that, and then you can move the bonus barrel that was to the right and corrupt it to eject you out of the level. So those wrong warps, they only work on version 1.1 of the game, or most of those particular wrong warps. And that one for Bramble Scramble saves a lot of time, like I don't know, like a minute and a half maybe. It's quite a lot. So usually people, even starting out running this game, usually will learn it early because it saves so much time. So it's one of the more difficult ones to learn as well. I've had many runs die to it. I've seen many runs die to it. So yeah. So yeah, second, yeah, Rickety Race. So this level's fast. Whenever I'm going down steeper slopes, I want to jump down the slope because it's faster. Jumping up slopes is slower though in this level. But yeah, anyway, I keep switching back topics. But yeah, so when you try to do wrong warps in version 1.0, for most of them it'll crash the game. But what the devs did to prevent crashes in 1.1 was that they made it so that it when the game's supposed to crash, it'll just eject you out of the level instead. So with that, we're able to use it to wrong warp. It doesn't count for completion though, like when you beat a level. So or like the level doesn't count as completed. So then if you revisit the level, how normally you can press start and select to exit out of levels, you can't do it on levels that you wrong warped out of. Wow, that didn't work. So yeah, this level is like probably usually in like the top 3 or top 5 like hardest levels for most runners. Oh, whoops! And I died right by the mid barrel. I'll try to show off the manhole strat one more time, and if I fail it again, then I'll just do the safe stuff. So I don't want to waste too much time. So yeah, this eagle pit can be pretty difficult to navigate. Try to stay low on purpose. Alright, there you go. So yeah, here you're gonna try to do a moonwalk. Oh no, I messed up the roll though after. So with that moonwalk, you can make the screen take longer to scroll so that the enemy will take longer to spawn. So Diddy has enough speed that you can roll through that Sonic looking enemy. And there's a wrong warp again. That one's also pretty difficult, saves about 12 seconds. There was a lot I had to do. Like I had to have the camera like load specific things at certain times, and like yeah, there was like a ton of mechanics that I wouldn't be able to like explain even during a run. Yeah, I had to like go through the tutorial and then like learn every part like step by step to even be able to gain consistency on it. So yeah, here's the third Lost World level, Clobber Carnage. There is like two like non-trivial tricks coming up. Again, involving invisible objects, and I'm gonna be corrupting one of those rotatable barrels, so that it'll shoot me like way farther than it should. Wow, that actually worked. I'm amazed. I did that really sloppily, but alright, so that's the first one. So yeah, you can skip like that whole auto scroller pretty much with it. Alright, second one worked too. That one was so sketchy too, but somehow like both of them worked. I'm down with that though. So I shot really early there since the barrel's shooting me further than normal, so I had to avoid those bees somehow. So I'm gonna damage boost at the end here and then use the iframes to get through the rest. And gotta avoid the spikes and the goalies over here. So yeah, right before the goal. If you're not careful, they can like bounce you into the spikes and stuff. So, and that jump is the first jump is actually onto the clobber is not. He's not like super. It's not free, I should say. Like I think it's not that difficult, but it's not like free. All right, so we're gonna try a big boy here to get this hook, which actually skips a large section of the level. Because otherwise, you'd have to go to the right, climb up some honey, and then like drop down, and yeah, it saves a lot of time. Like I don't know, maybe a dozen seconds or more. So yeah, you can either do a strat by doing a team throw and taking damage to damage boost onto the hook, or you can do the big boy there. The team throw strat is like way easier, if anything. So I got Rambi here. I'm gonna try a trick called the death jump. Alright, nice. Yeah, if you jump too early or too late, the camera won't scroll down there when you do Rambi double jump, and then you'll just fall to your death. So glad I could show that off. It actually doesn't even save much time either. Like I think it's like less than a second, maybe. Or about a second. Yeah, a lot of times if I'm on like pretty good paces, I don't even go for it too, because I don't want to kill a run going for that trick. So here's King Zing. King Zing Sting level. Actually, so on version 1.1, King Zing actually moves faster, so... Oh god! Optimizing this fight is kind of weird, and I messed up there severely, but... it's fine. At least I didn't take damage. And didn't waste too much time. Oh, actually, kind of now, Adam. So yeah, here I just want King Zing to chase you. When he's flashing red, then he has invincibility, so... kind of just have to wait it out. So he does move slower when he's flying up and down, so I'm trying to like make him go up and down, so that way I don't have to like fly around him in circles while like waiting for his invincibility to run out. Alright, next up we've got what's this level? Ghostly Grove. I always forget the name. The hot new tech of taking damage, and then with your invincibility frames you can roll through that clobber, which saves a very small amount of time. It's funny because one of the homies, Christmas, I think she was just practicing, and then she was like casually talking, and she does that normally, and then someone in the DKC2 Discord was like, "Wait, that's a thing?" And then like people were like timing it and stuff. Yeah, so I saw that conversation like maybe like half a year ago, or a bit more. It kind of made me laugh. So yeah, now people are actually like standardly doing it because of that. And yeah, they're I did it with that team up to activate the goal. So you press jump and then press team up 2 frames later, then you kind of have a slight airborne state, so you can actually activate the goal a little faster compared to just jumping in place. I think it's frame perfect, maybe? I might be wrong though. Yeah, so Haunted Hall. Yeah, should be the final auto scroller of this category. Oh, what am I doing? So yeah, jumping up or down slopes in this one does save some frames. So whenever there's steep enough slopes, then I'll be usually jumping. If I jump while going straight, it's slower, so you don't want to jump on flats if you don't have to. And jumping through these doors is a little faster too. I think it makes the animation happen faster when you get swung through the door. So this section, I'm going to take that one minus barrel on purpose because it allows you to be able to jump more on the slopes. So here's a pretty tight jump to get over this bee. Actually, in the Japanese version, there's only 2 zingers in that area, and the US version, there's 3. So the first tight jump that I did, you have to do 2 of those in the US version. Which I think also might lose some frames because of the whole losing time when going straight. And yeah, I can take these minus barrels and get out safe. And now I'm just gonna hold Y and right and run straight onto the goal. Because Diddy's run speed is fast enough, so you can just run straight onto it. Yeah, next is Gusty Glade. There actually is a wrong warp here that's like really difficult, and like only kind of recently runners have started like implementing it in their runs. I haven't learned it yet. Yeah, it saves like 5 to 7 seconds from what I heard. So yeah, SBD Wolf got world record with it in any percent. Got world record by 4 seconds. He got about a 5-second time saved from doing the wrong word. As this is so sloppy, but it still didn't get hit though. You really don't want to lose Diddy in this level because like when the wind is blowing against Dixie, she moves like really slow compared to Diddy. So actually in my PB, I lost Diddy really early in this level, and I think I lost like upwards of 8 seconds because like Dixie's just like so slow by the time until I got Diddy back. So another goal swap here. So if you have an airborne state, again from shooting out of those barrels, is able to swap Kong. So the Kong order is swapped for the next level, and you also activate the goal without jumping. So Parachute Panic. This level is it's visually appealing for spectators because you're falling down without using the parrots, and you can't see what's below you, and it's like pretty fast. All right, got the hard strat. That's good. I actually chickened out of it in my PB because compared to the safe strat, it saves like 3 seconds, but I didn't want to lose the run to messing it up. Alright, there was like very small like losses of frames in that level, but it was like that was really well executed actually. So now for the easiest wrong warp in the game. Which actually last marathon I failed this for like a minute. It was hilarious. Somehow PB'd that run too. Wait, no, never mind. That was the marathon before that. It happened. Yeah, so again with the Cutlass raising his sword, yeah, and changing certain ID values that when you shoot out of the barrel at the right timing, that it'll wrong warp you out of the level. That level is long. It's like close to 2 minutes long, but then you beat it in like 5 seconds, so it's pretty funny. The warpless strats for that level is actually really cool. There's a side category that I learned recently called Beat Mario, which does that level warpless. Also known as all DK coins. So yeah, Webwoods is a notoriously difficult level. And for casual players, it's usually like really boring because you normally shoot like one web platform like straight out and then jump on it. But if you press L and R at the same time, it'll form a web platform instantly. So you can actually like move and jump while creating instant platforms under you. If you press it both at the same time, for whatever reason, it bypasses the cooldown of like normally you would have to press L or R 2 times. And it will shoot out the web, and then like there's a cooldown that before you can actually form the web. But yeah. Casually, like I don't think anyone like would know about that casually to like press both at the same time. So yeah, the end I played a little safe, so I wasted a bit of time, but at least I got through the level without a death. So yeah, Crow 2, Creepy Crow. There is RNG in this level. So where the barrel spawns, when I kill the real mini Neki. So yeah, the barrel can spawn in one of 3 places, so middle, left, or right. You never want to see left on any phases. It's the worst RNG. Getting left on the second cycle, the one that I just did, loses the most time as well. It's like a 2-second loss compared to if you get a right side. So yeah, middle, right is the pattern that you want. It's the optimal pattern. So I got middle, right. So not too bad. All right, so now for the big run killing trick, Arctic Zip. So Arctic Abyss, yeah, it's like a newer major trick here. So yeah, Dixie can swim under that on guard barrel, which is important because I'm gonna be trying to take damage while swapping Kongs, and having Dixie take damage while she's inside the wall when swapping. So to take damage, I need to bring this fish with me. Alright, nice. That was super clean. Yeah, it's like not uncommon that I'll fail that like 2 or 3 times in a run, so. But of course, if the run is it's had some scuffed mistakes, then I almost always get it first try. It's pretty funny. And yeah, that saves well, about 15 seconds in any percent. I think in this category it saves like 18, but yeah. And yeah, now is Animal Antics. The next section I'll take the mid barrel just for safety, because ideally you don't want to waste too much time. Just be slightly slow. There you go. So damage boost here. I want to try and kill at least 2 of those guys to not have lag happen. I'm a little short for the leap of faith, so gotta shoot 1 more web platform there. So yeah, here's the final Lost World level. So this windy section is pretty notorious for its difficulty. If you've ever played this game casually. So it's funny because in the speedrun tutorial for this level, it just says the wind is a gimmick. It's pretty funny. So I have insurance here, so I would ideally want to get through their damage list, but if you take damage, you can use your invincibility frames to fly along with the wind and get through all those bees. Yeah, so now the Ratley section, this part's not difficult, but I am playing it a little safe anyway. You can actually skip this bee cycle if you get into the barrel fast enough, but you like barely cut it close, so I'd rather not have died right at the end of the level. Alright, so final boss, K. Rool 2. Note that I didn't fight K. Rool 1. So this fight's about about 1 minute and 15 seconds. This is one really long cycle. If you actually fail to get the hit, then you have to do the whole cycle again too, so. I had that happen in one of the side categories that I ran. Beat Mario, that I mentioned earlier. Which, basically, you just collect all the DK coins, because there's a podium at the end of the game, and it shows Cranky's video game heroes, and Mario has collected 39 DK points. So to beat him, you get all 40. So that's the category. There's also other side categories to beat the other members on the podium. So there's a Beat Yoshi and Beat Link category too. Oh, whoops. Alright, gotta be kind of careful here. For some reason I thought I was like one cycle shorter than I was. So I thought he was only shooting on the cycle where he shoots only 2 cannonballs. But Dixie's hover definitely makes that easier. And time. Forgot to say that time was coming up when I get the DK coin. My bad. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the run. I had fun.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I had fun nerding out about it. So as
I
usual.
love optimized movement. So good to see.
Yeah. So what time did I end up getting? I don't have the timer.
It looks like on our end you got 39.53.
39.53. Huh. As of like half a week ago, that would have been a PB. But now I have a 38.45 that I got yesterday, actually. So,
Well, any last shout outs you want to make before we switch over?
Alright, so again, the Midwest Speed Fest crew, thank you again for having me for another marathon. Yeah, it's been fun. Also, everybody, keep those donations coming. I know I've been slacking this time on spamming exclamation point donate in chat. I usually do it for like marathons that I'm watching, but there's one for you. And yeah, if you saw the podium there, that's what I was talking about for those side categories. But anyways, that's all I got for you. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out, everybody.